Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It is time now for Aging in Style with American Retirement Advisors. Joining us now is President and owner Joe Vitale. Thank you so much for joining us, Joe. We appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, Colette. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We're doing well. Okay, get some paper and a pen. We have some great notes for you to take today. We're talking about planning for the end of the year. So when it comes to IRAs and Roth IRAs, Joe, why is it so important to make sure that they are funded?
Well, there's two different sides on that. I mean, the first one is you want to make sure, depending on your taxes, that you're able to still fully contribute to your IRAs. So depending if you are fully funding it, if your taxable income is a little too high, and you still have room to contribute either as to your 401 at work, or if you're able to put more in and you're able to reduce your taxable income, then you definitely want to make sure you can take care of that. On the other side, when you're looking at your Roth IRA, we've been talking about that a lot this year, is Roth IRA conversions, especially with what's happening in the future, what could happen with taxes. We're in a very low tax environment right now, and we're seeing that could very well change in the near future. So with that in mind, we want to look at the taxable income. A lot of our clients right now we're sitting down with, looking at their taxable income this year, looking at how much they have to stay in that 12% tax bracket or go to the next one depending where they are. Because if you can stay in that lower tax bracket and convert IRA money to Roth IRA tax-free money, you really want to take advantage of it. So it's definitely a time right now to have that conversation. Give us a call. We're talking with a lot of our clients right now to make sure, and also involving the CPAs and the tax professionals, to make sure that if there is room in their taxable income to afford a little bit more tax. We've heard, with the new rules this year, you don't have to take required minimum distributions on your IRA if you're over 72 through the CARES Act. But if you have room in a low tax bracket environment it makes a bunch of sense to take extra money out this year and even convert it to tax-free money down the road. So it's definitely something we don't want to let this opportunity pass. We don't have much time for the end of the year, so we really, really, really want to look at that.
Oh, that's a great tip. Okay, so Joe, it has been such a tough year. So many people are hitting up their credit cards. So does keeping credit card debt low really matter right now?
Well, we definitely, and then again, another thing that we want to look at going into 2021, we've had such a tough year this year, and which would make it even more tough is if we went into 2021 with a boatload of credit card debt. For some people, it's not an option. We understand that. I mean, it's one of those things we're just trying to survive, a lot of people. Some people, we've seen reduced expenses, staying at home, working from home, not having to commute all the time. So maybe they're not really in credit card debt. So, and now with Christmas coming and all the holiday shopping, everybody's spending money, which I think some people, it's like this is the joy that I get, is to buy presents and to spend. And absolutely, there's a lot of joy in there, but we can have joy within reason. And we definitely want to keep that credit card debt down. We want to make sure if we can cash flow as much as possible and not go into 2021 with a lot of debt. That's just going to make it a much better year next year for everyone.
Credit card debt low, cash, use that if you have it. Okay, so Joe, these major life decisions right now in 2021, is retiring feasible in 2021?
It's funny. A lot of my clients, actually, we've got 3 retirement parties we're getting ready for a couple of our clients, and another one of our clients was having this conversation. Really want to retire in 2021, and before the pandemic, they were really getting excited for it. But then when the pandemic hit and the accounts went down, they're like, we can't do this. And we said, you know what, just stay the course. You're going to see that you might be surprised. And sure enough, it's back to where we were. The growth stocks are even higher. So it is feasible, but the biggest thing we have to look at is developing a plan. You have to have a plan to transition in. You need to have that predictable income. If you've got predictable income taken care of, it gives you all the peace of mind that you need in retirement, because we are always going to have volatility in the market. That's the nature of the market. We're going to have growth. We're going to have some downturns. and we just stay the course, and we see the market keeps rising because we're consumers, we're going to consume, companies are going to continue, and that's the market. So if we plan for it and we plan for predictable income, yes, it is very feasible as long as we can develop a good plan, give you that roadmap that you need, and I think it could make a lot of sense. But if you don't have that plan, you need to get working on it for sure. We can help with that.
Okay, that's what we need to talk about, that roadmap, that plan. So where should someone start, Joe, when it comes to making goals and plans for retirement and investments in the new year?
Get started. That's the biggest thing. Where to get started is just to get started. Some people, again, we're finding some people have a nest egg set aside, again, with not commuting. It's been a tough year. I mean, not everybody has extra money sitting around.
Right.
But if you can look at it, and we talk about this for years, is to pay yourself first, right? A lot of our clients, a lot of our families is when you get your income coming in, you take some, you tithe, you take some, you pay yourself first, and then you pay the bills. Get rid of debt. And if you're finding that you have a little extra, just get started, whatever it is, even if it's $50 or $100 a month. That's really, really important, is to get started and develop a plan. And we see this all the time. People at a young age, at an older age, even people in their 50s, 60s. I mean, a lot of people have lost jobs. A lot of people are saying, oh my goodness, how am I going to start over? I'm starting a new career. Just get started. And it's just putting a plan together, and that's the best advice we can give is to start with a plan, a realistic plan, consistent. And if you can do, especially with the 401k matching, that's money that's pre-tax. You don't even see it. You barely don't even miss it. Just get started is the best advice we can give.
So it's time to get started right now. Make a plan. How do you do that? Call Joe. Thank you again, Joe.
That's it.
We appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Glenn. Take care.
Thank you. Now, if you want any more information, head on over to the Aging in Style page. That's on WNEM.com.